Hello, good morning. Welcome to lesson 10 of Fundamentals of Accounting. Ayan. So, sa previous lesson natin, we discussed about the rules of debit and credit. So, take note of that. Memorize that. Kasi kailangan natin yan sa paggawa ng general journal journal sa pag-post ng entries natin. Kailangan natin na i-memorize yung rules of debit and credit natin para alam natin kung saan natin ilalagay yung amount na yun, si debit or credit. Okay? Yun yung previous lesson natin or topic natin. Now, let's discuss about the books of accounting. So, ano ba yung books of accounting natin? So, at the end of this video, the learners should be able to identify the uses of two books of accounts and then illustrate the format of the general journal and illustrate the format of the general ledger. Record and pause business transactions to different types of books of accounts. Ayan yung objectives natin for this lesson. Okay? Now, ano ba yung sinasabi nating books of accounts na yan? So, the books of accounts are used to record events transpiring in the course of a business. So, these events or transactions are inflows and outflows of monetary activities that a business normally does in its day-to-day operations. Ayan. Ang book of accounts, nandyan, sinusulat dyan lahat ng transactions ng business. Either inflow, mayroong pumasok na pera, outflow, may lumabas na pera. So, these events then summarized, analyzed, and converted into financial reports termed as financial statements. Ayan. There are two major types of books of accounts. Ayan. Number one is yung journal natin. And number two is your general ledger. Ayan. So, ano ba ang meaning ng journal? Ayan. Journalizing is the process of recording of the business transactions to the general journal, and posting is the process of transferring and summarizing the transactions from the general journal to the general ledger. Ayan. So, ang journalizing, ayan, yung process ng pag-record ng business transactions. Ayan, yung mag-iisip tayo kung ano ba yung, saan ba to? Debit ba? Credit ba to? Ayan, saan ko ba ilalagay? Ano ba yung gagamitin kong accounts title? Ayan, yung journalizing natin. And then, yung general ledger naman, or posting of the entries, ngayon, isa-summarize natin lahat ng mga account titles. Let's say, for example, summarize natin lahat ng cash, summarize na lahat natin ng yung accounts receivable, ayan. Doon natin isa-summarize sa general ledger. So, ang gagamitin natin to summarize that one is your general journal. Okay? So, those are the two types of book of accounts na ginagamit ng businesses. Okay, journal. Sabi dito, the journal is referred to as the book of original entry. Ayan, it records business transaction in chronological order or order of date using the principle of, debit and credit. Sabi ko nga kanina, magjo-journalize tayo. So, iisipin natin, ano ba yung transaction na to? Debit. Ano ba yung ilalagay ko dito? Sa debit, ano ba yung lalagay ko dito? Na account title, sa credit. Ayan. Iisipin natin yan kung paano natin gagawin. That is why kailangan nating i-memorize yung rules of debit and credit na na-discuss natin sa lesson 9. So, in recording the business transactions to a journal, the bookkeeper of accountant will use the journal entry. Ayan. Ano ba yung journal entry natin? We'll also include a short explanation on the nature of the transaction. So, sa journal entry natin, nandun na dun yung debit and credit and my simple explanation or short explanation. Okay? So, there are two types of journal, special journal and general journal. So, ang special journals, these are designed to simplify the process of classification and summarization of accounts from transactions. Okay? So, ito yung special journal. Ano ba yung mga iba't ibang special journal? Ayan, sales journal natin. No, this is a special journal that is used to record sales or services na utang on credit. Purchase journal, kapag ito naman yung to record all purchases or all purchase transactions which are on credit. Ayan, payable to suppliers. Pag cash disbursement journal naman, this is a special journal that is used to record cash payments or expenses and payables. Kapag cash disbursement journal. So, ito naman yung, dito naman nire-record natin yung mga cash payments natin, yung mga payments sa mga payables natin, and expenses. Sa cash receipts journal naman, this is a special journal that is used to record cash sales. Ayan, cash sales natin of goods or services and cash collections of receivables from customers. Ayan. Yung cash receipts journals natin. Dito natin nire-record yung mga cash sales natin of goods and services or cash collection, yung mga pautang natin from customer. Number 2, we have the general journal. This journal is used to record transactions using the journal voucher system that cannot be recorded in the special journal. Okay? So, sa ledger naman tayo. It is a book of financial accounts that reflects the financial effects of the business organization's transactions after they are posted or recorded to the various journals. So, this is called the book of final entry. Ayan, two basics of types of ledgers. May mga, dito sa ledger, sinasummarize natin. Sabi ko nga kanina, dito natin sinasummarize yung nasa general journal. So, there are two types of general ledger. We have general ledger. This summarizes the activity for each of the organization's accounts from the journals. This is the book where the entries various journals are being posted. So, dito natin pinopost lahat ng transactions under cash, under accounts receivable, ayan. Pag subsidiary ledgers naman, these are details of various accounts like accounts receivable, accounts payable that are kept separately to provide better control of accounts in the general ledger that need extensive monitoring. So, kapag subsidiary ledger, ito yung ginagamitan natin ng accounts receivable. Ito yung ginagamit din natin dito sa accounts receivable and accounts payable. Para makita natin yung kung ano ba yung balance nila at ma-monitor natin. Kung magkano na ba yung mga pautang natin, yung mga receivable natin, yung utang natin, di ba? So, yun yung subsidiary ledgers sinasabi, okay? So, So, ano ba yung mga basic format of, basic format of book of accounts. So, general journal, the format used for the various journals takes from the basic format of a general journal, which has 2 columns. Ayan, may 2, makikita natin mamaya, may 2 columns dyan. In actual practice, it is a setup of a bookkeeper or accountant to revise the format into several columns when it suits their needs. Ayan. So, sa general journal, makikita natin ang date. Ayan. The first entry will require the month, date, and year. On succeeding entries, only the month and date. Ayan. Pwede din yung date lang. Okay. So, sa date, ang unang makikita natin, so, unang-unang isusulat natin, ano ba yung year na yan na transaction? Ano ba yung month na transaction na yan? Ano ba yung day na, anong day nag-start yung transaction? Okay? Account title and explanation. So, the first line of the to be written is the account debited. And the second line, which is indented to the right, ayan, kapag ang unang-unang isusulat natin, ano ba yung account title na i-debit natin. And the second line is, ano ba yung account title na i-credit natin. Okay, the third line is the, syempre, kailangan din may indention. Kailangan may indention tayo. Okay? To the right, the third line, which is also indented to the right from the account credited, will be a brief explanation. Ayan, sinasabi natin kanina na kailangan natin ng brief explanation. Sa posting reference, dito natin makikita yung charts of accounts na na-discuss natin sa lesson 7. So, doon tayo mag-base yung kung ano yung posting reference number niya. Okay? And then also we have the debit and credit column. So sa debit natin, this is the column where the amount of the account is being debited. Ayan, dito natin makikita yung amount. And also for the credit, dito din makikita yung amount na yon. Okay, ito yung format ng general journal. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, nung unang-una isulat natin yung date. So, kailangan natin yung year. Yung year dito. And then yung month. And then yung day dito. Yung account title and explanation, dito natin susulat. So, for example, cash. Ayan, sa baba niya, capital. Ayan, sa explanation niya, owner's investment. Ayan. Sa PR number niya, posting reference niya, ang makikita natin dito is yung sinabi ko kanina, magbase tayo sa chart of accounts, may posting reference number doon. Kung baga sa cash, 100-01, gano'n. Yung amount dito, yan, dito natin ilagay yung amount. Kung 300,000 yung investment niya, ayan, 300,000, and also the credit is 300,000, okay? Now, let's go to general ledger naman. So, there are 2 types of general ledger format that are being used. So, 2 column general ledger and 3 column general ledger. Ayan. Meron din tayong date dito and also the explanation and the posting reference. So, kapag posting reference naman pag umabot na sa page 1, ayan, may page 1 si general journal. Ayan, ilalagay natin, yan. This is filled up by the page number where the account entry is the general journal. So, magbe-base tayo sa page, kung anong pages yung sa general journal na ginawa natin. So, let us say if cash entry, that is recorded on page 1 of the general journal will be posted in this ledger. Ayan. And the general ledger is for cash. Then GJ1 ang ilalagay natin. So makikita natin yan mamaya. Okay? Now, let's go to debit and credit. So, ganun din yung debit and credit. Ilagay din natin yung amount. And also, we have the balance. Ayan, this is the difference between the debit transactions and the credit transactions. Okay? So, ito yung format ng general ledger natin. May company's name tayo dito. Kung ano yung account title dito. Let's say, for example, cash. Account number, 100-01, yung account number niya sa chart of accounts natin. And then, ilagay din natin yung date, yung year, yung month, yung date. Explanation, ano ba yung transaction na yon? Yung PR number, yung pages ng general journal natin So, for example, page 1 yan. Ayan, GJ1. Ilagay natin GJ1. And also, yung, syempre, ilagay natin kung ano yung month. So, 300,000. Ayan. And then, yung balance natin. Okay? So, that is the format for general ledger. Now, sabi ko nga kanina, kailangan nating i-familiarize or i-memorize yung rules of debit and credit natin para mas maintindihan natin and para mas makagawa tayo ng general journal para maintindihan natin kung saan natin ilalagay yung mga transactions or account title na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, pag lahat ng account title under cash, under assets, kapag mag-i-increase ka, mag-i-increase ka, ilagay natin siya sa debit. Kapag mag-decrease ka naman ng assets mo, ilagay natin siya sa credit. Yan. Sa liabilities naman, kapag mag-decrease ka ng liabilities mo sa debit. Kapag mag-increase ka ng liabilities mo sa credit. Ayan. Kasi ang normal balances ng mga to is ito sa debit. Ay sa kung ano yung kung saan ka nag-i-increase, yun yung normal balance kasi nila. So, i-memorize natin kapag capital naman yung pinag-uusapan, pag mag-decrease ka ng capital mo, ilagay mo siya sa debit. And kapag mag-add ka ng capital mo, ilagay mo siya sa credit. Okay? And also the drawing, kung magle-less ka ng drawing mo, ilagay mo siya sa credit. And kung mag-add ka, lagay mo siya sa debit. Okay? And also the revenue and the expense. Kapag revenue yan, magdi-decrease ka sa debit. And then pag mag-i-increase ka sa credit. Ito. Naintindihan nyo naman siguro to. Okay, sa expense naman, kapag mag-i-increase ka ng expense mo, ilagay mo siya sa debit. Kapag mag-decrease ka ng expense mo, ilagay mo siya sa credit. Okay? Now, let's do transactions. Okay, analyze natin yung transactions dito. Okay, the following are business transactions of Vésperas Computer Shop for the month of July 2015. So, as a bookkeeper of the company, you are to record these transactions in the general journal and post the entries to the general ledger. So, use the chart of accounts for the service company. Ayan. So, ang business transactions ni Vésperas Computer Shop. So, number 1, ayan, basahin muna natin yung transaction number 1. So, take note of that, July 2015, okay? July 1 nag-start yung transaction ni Vésperas, okay? Si Ara Vésperas invested to the computer shop in cash for 100,000. So, si Vésperas nag-invest siya ng cash sa business niya. So, ano yung transaction mo dito? So, ito na yung general journal natin. Ayan. Company name. Ayan. R. Vésperas Computer Shop, page number 1. Okay? Take note of that. Page number 1. Okay, general journal. We have the PR, the debit, and the credit. Ayan. We have the date. So, may date dito. Sabi ko kanina, 2015 yun kanina. Okay, 2016 yan. Okay? Okay, 2015 to. So, this is 2015. July, ilagay mo din yung month. Ito yun kung paano maglagay ng data. Ilagay mo yung unang-una, ilagay mo dito yung year. And then yung month, and then yung date. Okay? So, sabi sa transaction, nag-invest si Bisferas ng 100,000 sa business. So, ano yung nadagdagan dito? Diba? Yung cash mo. Kasi nag-invest ka, nadagdagan yung asset mo. So, saan natin ilalagay yung asset? Kapag sabi ko kanina sa rules of debit and credit, mag-i-increase tayo ng asset, ilagay natin dun sa debit. Ayan. So, ang transaction na doon, the owner invested cash, which is 100,000. So, ang debit mo dyan is may cash ka na na-receive. May cash na na-receive yung business mo. So yung PR number na yan, tignan natin dito sa... Ayan, dito sa... chart of accounts dito sa lesson 7 natin. Kung paano natin nakuha yung PR number ng cash, o yan, cash on hand 100-01. So, dito tayo always tumingin ng PR number. Okay? So, ito yung gagamitin natin na PR number. Okay? Now, let's go to the next. Okay? Ano pa yung nag-increase doon? So in every transactions, may dalawang naapektuhan, di ba? We have the debit and the credit. So, ano naman yung credit mo dyan? Nag-increase yung asset mo. And also, sabi nga natin, mag-i-increase din yung capital investment mo. Pag may cash investment ka, meron ka ding capital investment. So, nag-increase yung Bisferas capital niya. Take note na kapag sinulat nyo yung Bisferas capital o yung second account title, yun sa ano yung sabi natin kanina? Ano yung sabi natin kanina? Kailangan may indent yan. Okay? Kailangan naka-indent. Okay? So, Bisferas capital, which is 100,000. Nakuha? Yung PR number niya, tignan nyo sa lesson 7, which is 300 yon. So, sabi natin kanina, may explanation sa baba. May short explanation. So, ang explanation dyan is to record cash investment of the owner. Okay? So, yun yung transaction number 1 natin, July 1. So, punta tayo dito sa July 2. Sabi niya, purchase computers on credit. So, nag-purchase daw si computer na-purchase daw si business ng computer. Pero, inutang niya. So, ano yung na-receive niya? So, it is the office equipment kasi computer nga, 'di ba? So meaning may asset ka na nadagdag naman. So na may dadagdag. Okay? Ano ba yung sabi natin kanina, pag nag-i-increase ka ng asset mo, ilagay mo siya sa debit. Tama? Okay, dito ilagay natin dito sa debit. Okay? Which is 12,000, pero na-purchase nga siya, pero inutang niya. Pero inutang niya. Nag-purchase siya ng computer, pero inutang niya. Meaning, kapag inutang niya, ang normal balance, sabi natin, kapag sa liabilities, mag-i-increase ka dun sa credit. Kasi, normal balance ng liabilities is credit. Ayan. Ano ba yung account title kapag umutang ka? Which is, ito yun, accounts payable. So, 12,000. So, 12,000 yun. Okay? And then, meron din tayong explanation dyan. Take note of that. Ayan, palagi kong sinasabi or sasabihin na mag-indent kayo dito habang naglagay kayo ng credit and the explanation, kailangang may indent dito. Okay? So, si business daw, umutang siya ng computer, and then umutang siya ng computer worth 12,000. Ayan, 12,000 yung amount doon. So, ilagay natin yung credit dito is 12,000. Yung explanation niya is to record purchase of computer equipment on credit or purchase of computer equipment on credit. Ayan. And July 3. Tingnan natin yung transaction sa July 3. Purchase additional computers for cash, which is 6,000. Okay? Purchase additional computers for cash, which is 6,000. Ayan. So, nag-purchase daw si business ng additional computers, pero binayaran niya ng cash. Ayan. Ano yung entry natin dito? Asset na naman. Considered asset na naman yung computer, di ba? So, mag-i-increase ka na naman sa computer, meaning, ilalagay mo na naman siya sa debit. Ayan. Office equipment na 6,000, pero binayaran niya ng cash. So, meaning, magbabawas ka ngayon ng cash. So, sabi natin, pag under asset, kapag nagbawas ka ng cash, ilagay mo siya sa credit. So, cash is considered an asset, and therefore, ilagay natin yung cash dito sa credit. Kasi nagbawas ka nga. Binayaran mo yung cash, computer na pinorchase mo. Tama? Okay, ilagay natin dito sa cash, which is 6,000 under credit. Ayan. Okay, yung explanation niya, to record purchase of computer equipment for cash. Okay? Next is July 6. Purchase air conditioning unit on credit. Ayan. Purchase or air conditioning unit on credit, which is 10,000. So, nag-purchase daw si business ng air conditioning unit, pero inutang na naman niya. So, ano yung na-receive ni business? May asset ka na naman. That is considered your asset, di ba? Office equipment pa rin yan. So, dito, ano yung i-debit mo? Ayan, office equipment pa din kasi that is considered your asset, di ba? Nadagdagan ka na naman ng asset mo. And then, inutang mo na naman, ayan, magkakaroon ka na naman ng utang, which is kapag nagkaroon ka ng utang, i-credit mo siya. Kasi ang normal balance naman ng utang is credit naman. Ayan, may 10,000 ka na naman. So, ang explanation niya is to record purchase of air conditioning unit on credit. Okay? July 7 naman tayo. So, anong sabi sa next na transaction? Our Visperas invested computer equipment for the computer shop. So, Take note of the word invest. So, nag-invest si Bisferas ng computer equipment. So, meaning, nadagdagan yung asset niya, which is office equipment na worth 50,000. So, investment niya yun, di ba? So, office equipment 50,000, nadagdagan din yung capital niya kasi investment naman yung sinabi, which is 50,000 in the form of nga lang, hindi nga lang siya cash, in the form of office equipment, another computer na gagamitin niya sa business. Okay, tama? And then, yung explanation mo doon is to record investment of owner in the form of computer equipment. Okay? Sa July 10 naman tayo. Ayan. Borrow the money from the bank payable in 2 years. So, July 10, borrowed money from the bank payable in 2 years. Okay? So, dito, umutang yung may-ari ng 40,000 payable in 2 years. So, when we say payable in 2 years na, hindi na siya accounts payable. Yung transaction mo, it should be notes payable kasi payable in 2 years na siya. So, hindi na siya within 1 year. So, kapag 1 year yan, ang sinasabi natin kanina, sabi natin sa previous lesson natin, accounts payable ang gagamitin. Kapag 2 years yan, notes payable na kasi payable within 2 years. So, umutang siya, meaning, nadagdagan yung pera mo, which is cash, which is under asset. Okay? Na magiging debit siya. Okay? Ayan. Ay, loans payable pala. Okay? Sorry. July 10 is nadagdagan yung pera mo na 40,000 and nag-loan ka pala sa bank, that is loans payable, okay? Ayan, so that is your 40,000, nadagdagan yung utang mo, okay? Yung transaction ay, explanation naman dito is to record a loan from a bank payable in 2 years, okay? So, July 15 naman tayo, Arbis Ferraz made additional investment in cash, which is 75,000. So, nag-additional investment si Arbis Ferraz, meaning nadagdagan na naman yung asset mo, which is cash. So, that is under debit na naman. So, ito, cash, 75,000 and Visperas capital, syempre nadagdaga as you increase the assets, madadagdagan din yung capital mo, tama? Especially if it is an investment by the owner, okay? So, 75,000 na naman yon. So, ang explanation niya, to record additional investment of the owner. So, wala lang dito. Okay? Next transaction is July 16. So, paid salaries to employees. So, nagbayad ka daw ng salaries ng mga empleyado mo, which is 15,000. So, paano yan? So, ano yung debit mo dyan? Ang debit mo dyan is salaries expense. Kasi ang expense naman, pag nag-i-increase ka, ilagay mo siya sa debit. Tama? O, tama. Salaries, wages, and benefits, which is 15,000. Nagbigay ka ng sweldo, meaning naglabas ka ng cash. So, meaning, mababawasan yung cash mo. Which is, kapag nabawasan yung asset mo or yung cash mo is magiging credit siya. Tama? Which is 15,000. Ayan. To record payment of salaries to the employees. Tama? Okay, next transaction. July 17. Made partial payment to the bank. Loan. Ayan. Nagbayad ka daw ng utang mo sa bangko. Pero partial payment yon, which is 20,000. So, nagbayad ka, meaning, nabawasan na yung utang mo. Kapag nabawasan yung utang mo, magbabawas ka ng utang mo, ilagay mo siya sa debit na. Tama? Sa rules of debit and credit natin. Ayan, loans payable, 20,000, naging debit na siya kasi magbabawas ka na ng utang mo. Okay? And then, naglabas ka ng cash, mababawasan din yung cash mo na 20,000. Ayan, to record partial payment to the bank loan. Okay? Next is July 20. Purchase new furniture on credit worth 10,000. So, nag-purchase ka ng furniture. So, meaning, may nadagdagan sa asset mo, which is in the form of furniture. Siyempre, pag nadagdagan yung asset mo, sabi natin, ilagay natin siya sa debit. Tama? Which is under furniture, and on credit, sabi niya, inutang mo yung furniture na yon worth 50,000, meaning may utang ka, nadagdagan yung utang mo, ilagay natin siya sa credit. Okay? So, July 20, furniture and fixtures. 10,000, ayan, 10,000, and accounts payable, which is 10,000. So, to record purchase of furniture on credit. Okay? So, sa July 21 naman, billed customers for services rendered on account. Ayan. Nakapag-rendered ka daw ng services sa mga customer worth 30,000, pero inutang nila. So, ano yon? So, kapag inutang nila, pinautang mo, may pautang ka, which is the, anong tawag natin doon? Anong accounts title yon? Accounts receivable. Okay? So, ang entry natin dito is accounts receivable, and then 30,000, and then service revenue. So, kapag sabi natin, kapag mag-i-increase tayo ng service revenue, that is under credit. So, ilagay natin siya sa credit na 30,000. Okay? July 25, collected from customers billed on account. So, nakakolect ka sa customer ng 10,000 yung pinautang mo. So, meaning, pag nakakolect ka, nakareceive ka ng cash. And then, cash is under asset, diba? Sabi natin kanina, nadagdagan yung asset mo, ilalagay mo siya sa debit. Tama? So, ito, cash, 10,000, accounts receivable. Kasi kapag nagbayad ka na ng accounts receivable mo, or sabi nga natin, kapag magbabawas ka ng asset mo, ilagay natin siya sa credit. Okay? 10,000. So, to record collection from the customer. Ayan, July 27, rendered services for cash to customers. So, nakapag-render ka ng services na binayaran nila ng cash, which is 45,000. Okay, naka-receive ka ng cash, meaning, lagay natin sa debit. Ayan. Cash, 45,000. Ano yung tawag doon is service revenue. Nadagdagan yung revenue mo, which is 45,000. Ayan, explanation niya, to record revenue earned in cash. Okay? So, February 28, paid rental of the computer shop. So, nabayad ka ng renta. So, anong tawag dito? Doon. Anong tawag doon kapag nabayad ka ng rent? So, that is your rent expense. So, kapag expenses, ang number balance niya is debit. So, mag-increase ka sa debit. Okay? Ilagay mo siya sa debit. So, dito mo siya ilagay. Hindi pa lang. Paid telephone bills muna, 25,000. So, nagbayad ka ng telephone bills mo. So, ito, that is your expenses, communication expenses. Since nagbayad ka, may nilabas kang pera, Ito naman yung cash, yung credit mo. So, 5,000. So, dapat may 5,000 doon. So, ang explanation niya is to record payment of telephone bills. Ayan, may nawawala dito sa presentation ko. Yung July 28. So, tignan na lang natin dun sa dito sa module natin. Okay, so February 28 na tayo. Paid rental of the computer shop, 10,000. So, tignan natin yung February 28. Nagbayad ka daw ng rent. Ito. So, rent expense mo, 10,000. And cash is 10,000 na din. Kasi, nagbayad ka nga. So, nagbayad ka, naglabas ka ng cash, nabawasan yung cash mo, ilagay mo siya sa credit. Okay? 10,000. And yung binayaran mo, renta mo. That is considered your expense. Okay? Na rent. And next transaction, July 29, receive electricity bill which is 3,000. So, magbabayad ka na naman ng electricity bill mo, tama? Which is 5,000. So, maglalabas ka na naman ng cash. Ang electricity bill mo that is considered your expense. So, ang tawag dyan is, tingnan natin. Dito. Light and water expense, 3,000, and cash, 3,000 under credit, and to record payment of electricity bill. Ayan. And next transaction, July 30. Arn Vesperas withdraws cash. Ayan, nag-withdraw daw si Vesperas ng cash which is worth 5,000. So, meaning, kapag nag-withdraw siya for personal use, that is owner's drawing. Anong sinabi natin pag owner's drawing? Pag mag-i-enlist ka ng owner's drawing mo, ilagay mo siya sa debit. Okay? Ayan, Vesperas drawing, 5,000, and cash. Siyempre, nabawasan yung cash mo na 5,000. So, to record, so may indent dapat dito, ha? To record owner's drawing, okay? July 31. Paid water bill. So, nagbayad ka na naman ng water bill mo, which is 2,000. Ayan. Ang tawag dito is light and water expense, 2,000. Nagbayad ka. Naglabas ka ng cash, ayan, 2,000 under credit. Ayan, to record payment of water bill. Okay? And July 31, paid salaries to employees, which is 15,000. So, nagbayad ka ng salaries sa July 31. So, ang tawag dyan is salaries, wages, and benefits. Ayan, 15,000 and cash. Naglabas ka ng cash kasi nagbayad ka, di ba? Nabawasan na naman yung cash mo, siyempre ilalagay mo siya sa credit. Yan, to record payment of salaries to employees. Now, ang next na gagawin natin is isa-summarize natin yung lahat, yung nangyari sa general journal. So, ang gagawin natin is gagawa na tayo ng general ledger, okay? So, we will summarize all the transactions under cash, under accounts receivable, under accounts payable. So, lahat yan ng summary, lahat ng transactions, isa-summarize natin. So, ito yun, dito nang nangyayari, dito na tayo gumagawa ng general ledger natin, okay? So, company's name, Vesperas Computer Shop, and account title. Ayan, ang unang-unang isa-summarize natin is your account title, which is cash, and account number 100-01. Okay? Okay. So, tingnan natin dito sa July 1. Kung tama yan. Okay? So, July 1, ayan, may cash ka, diba? 100,000. So, ilagay natin, summarize natin dito. Ayan. Ang explanation niya is owner's investment na saan under yan? Debit, credit. Ayan. So, that's sa debit yan. Kanina, diba? 100,000. So, paano natin nakuha yung GJ1? Ayan, page 1 kasi yun. Page 1 of the general journal. Okay? So, GJ1. Tingnan natin yung number 3. July 3, purchase of computer. Ayan, ito. Cash na naman to, di ba? Cash under, yan, account title ng cash. May cash na naman dyan. So, pero under credit siya, which is 6,000. Ilagay natin, purchase of computer, 6,000. Tama? And then, bank loan. Tingnan natin kung may bank loan. July 10. O, tama. Nag-loan ka sa bangko, which is 40,000. Ilagay mo siya sa debit. Okay. Bank loan, 40,000. July 10. Okay, July 15. July 15. May cash na naman dyan, di ba? Okay. 75,000. Nadagdagan naman yung cash mo. Ilagay natin siya sa debit kasi debit siya. Additional investment, 75,000. Okay? And then, may cash na naman dito. Which is 15,000. Nagbawas ka ng cash kasi nagbayad ka ng salaries, di ba? So, ilagay mo siya under credit. Dito, 15,000. Ay, may cash na naman doon. Ayan, 20,000. Ayan, payment for loan, 20,000 under credit. Ayan, nakakolect ka, February 25. Ayan, lahat ng cash. Okay? So, 10,000. Under credit, ay debit. Ilagay mo siya dito. So, basta lahat ng transactions na makikita nyo sa general ledger, na may cash doon, i-summarize ninyo sa general journal, summarize niyo sa general ledger. So, lahat to, ilagay nyo din yung date. May date din dyan, year, month, and yung date niya. Yung day, kung ano yung day ng transaction. And then, kapag na-compute nyo yan, i-add nyo yan, yung under debit. I-add yung mga amount dyan. So, let's say for example, 100,000, 40,000, 75,000, 10,000, and 45,000. So, may 270 siya under credit. So, 200 ay debit, 270. I-compute naman natin yung 6,000, yung under credit, 6,000 plus 15,000 plus 20,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 15. Okay? 81,000 yung under credit niya. So, i-less natin yung 270 under debit, 270,000. May balance tayo na 189,000. Okay? May balance tayo sa cash na may cash yung business na 189,000. Tama? Okay, punta naman tayo sa accounts receivable. Bubble. So, lahat ng transactions sa general journal under accounts receivable, i-summarize natin sa general ledger. Okay? Ano natin? May accounts receivable ba dito? Wala. Dito ba? O yan, 21, July 21. O, 30,000 credit. Tignan natin kung tama. Yan, 30,000. Partial collection ng accounts receivable mo. Ito. July 25, nabawasan nung 10,000 yung accounts receivable mo, yung pautang mo kasi nakakolek ka nga, di ba? So, ilagay natin dito. So, may balance ka na dun sa accounts receivable mo na 20,000, okay? And then, we have also the office equipment. So, ano ba yung mga office equipment natin? Nung nag-purchase tayo, so July 3, ayan, purchase of computer, 6,000. Under, ayan, July 2, 12,000. July 3, 6,000. July 6, 10,000. And July 7, 50,000. So, i-summarize lahat natin sa general ledger. Okay, ito, yung summarization niya. I-compute natin kung tama yung balance na 78,000 yung office equipment mo. 12,000, 6,000, and 10,000, and 50,000. Okay, tama yung balance na 78. And then, we have also the furniture and fixtures. Ayan. So, July 20, tingnan natin. Ayan. Furniture and fixtures, under debit, 10,000. So, yun lang naman yung furniture and fixtures natin. So, purchase an account, 10,000. Okay? So, yung balance mo, 10,000. So, punta tayo sa accounts payable. Yung utang natin. July 2, 6, and 20. Tignan natin kung tama. July 2. Ayan, may accounts payable ka dito na 12,000. July 6. July 6, accounts payable ka na, may utang ka na naman na 10,000. And also sa July 20, may utang ka na naman na 10,000. So, tingnan natin kung tama yung summarize niya. Okay, tama. 10 plus 10, 12. Ay, 10 plus 10, 20 plus 12, 32,000. So, may balance yung sa under credit na accounts payable, 32,000. Okay? So, take note sa PR number natin. Nakadepende yan sa page number ng general ledger. So, kapag page 2 na yan, GJ2. Let's say, for example, this one. Ayan, and also this, JJ2 na to. Page number na to. And then, muna tayo sa loans payable. May loan payable tayo ng July 10 and 17. Tingnan natin. So, nag-loan payable tayo ng, nag-loan tayo ng noong July 10. Ayan, may loan tayo, may utang tayo na 40,000. And then, July 20, nag-partial tayo. Ay, 17, nag-partial tayo ng loan. Meaning, may nabawasan dun sa loan natin na 20,000. So, ang natin dyan is, ayan, may 20,000 tayo na balance dun sa loans payable. Bakit siya naka-close na open parenthesis? Kasi under credit yan. Balance yan ng credit. Okay? So, Bisferas Capital naman. Ayan, tingnan natin kung tama itong na-summary natin. 1, 7, and 15. Punta tayo sa transaction. Ayan, 1. May Bisferas Capital dito. 100,000. And then 7. Bisferas Capital na naman tayo ng 50,000. Nag-invest na naman tayo ng July 15 na 75. So, tama yung summary sa general ledger. Okay. So, Bisferas, compute natin kung magkano yung investment ni owner. 100,000 plus 50,000 plus 75,000. Okay, we have 225,000 na balance dun sa Bisferas capital natin. Okay? And also, we have the Bisferas drawings naman. So, may nag-drawing tayo noong September 30. Ayan, may cash drawing tayo ng 5,000. So, ilagay natin dito, 5,000 debit and balance mo 5,000. And also, syempre, may revenue tayo under July 21 and 27. Tingnan natin. July 21, ayan, service revenue 30,000 and 27, service revenue 45,000. So, i-add mo yan. May 75,000 ka na service revenue. May balance ka na service revenue 75,000. Okay? And rent expense. Ayan, nagbayad ka ng renta which is 10,000 under debit yan. Now, balance mo 10,000 and light and water also may 5,000 ka kasi binayaran mo electricity and water bill. So, yun na yung mga summary niya. Okay? To take note also of the account number, yung account number, ito yung light and water expense ng nakikita natin sa chart of account, 500-05. So, kapag PR number ng general ledger, sabi ko nga nakadepende yan sa page number ng general journal natin. Okay? So, salaries and wages, nagbayad ka ng salaries mo, 16 and 31, tama yon. 15 and 15 plus 15, so may balance ka na 30,000. So, under salaries and wages. And also, communication expenses, yan, telephone bills. Nagbayad ka ng July 28, tama yung summary niya, 5,000. Okay, that ends our lecture. I hope na nakuha nyo yung kung paano gumawa ng general journal and general ledger natin. So, kapag hindi nyo pa nakuha, magtanong lang kayo sa messenger ko. Okay? Kapag may question kayo, pag hindi pa kayo nakakuha ng mga modules ninyo, punta na kayo dito sa school. Kung gusto nyo ng hard copy. Kung ayaw nyo naman, may in-upload naman ako sa GC ninyo. 1 to 5 and 7 to 11 modules. Okay? So, kung wala na kayong questions, yan. Punta na tayo sa requirements ninyo. So, sa requirements nyo sa lesson 10, ayan. Gawan nyo ng, ayan, journalize the following transactions and post this to the general ledger. So, may dalawang transactions, dalawang company dito. Si Aaron Paul and J. Lumaban. Okay, gawan nyo sila ng general journal and general ledger base dun sa topic natin kanina. Okay? So, kung may problema, kung may tanong kayo, pwede kayong tanungin nyo sa akin. Mag-message lang kayo sa akin. So, this ends our video lecture. I hope that you learn something. I hope na naintindihan ninyo. And kung hindi nyo naintindihan, mag-message kayo sa akin o punta kayo sa school at i-explain ko sa inyo ng mas dun sa kung paano nyo maintindihan. Okay? So, keep safe always. So, have a good day. Okay? Bye-bye.